I'll kick it off.
All right.
Yeah, well, we live. We live. Okay. All right. I'll kick it off. Hold up.
All right.
Yeah, we in business. Okay. All right. Peace forever and always, and welcome to another edition of what we call the Realities Temple on Earth Internet Ministry. I am the host, gatekeeper of this program, known here on social media as the Mighty One, Angel Snubbed Up 7, and I am also your soul brother, number one. And we want to talk about, well, first of all, let me make a disclaimer. Now, the disclaimer is the views expressed here are not necessarily those, in fact, not at all those of Operation Exodus Mississippi Campaign, because Operation Mississippi Campaign has nothing to do with personal wants. It has nothing to do with personal ideological beliefs or belief systems or anything of that. It's just simply political, basically, inspiring the descendants of slaves born in America, those who are the residents of that state, to take control of their political life so that we as a people can take advantage nationally of taking control of the politics of that state so it can benefit us nationally. And if you want to know more about that, you can, of course, leave your comments. There is a wonderful video right here on this channel produced by our brother Omar Johnson, a promotional video. And of course, when you get the time,
You mean
check that out.
Omar Shabazz?
Yeah, Omar Shabazz. I'm sorry. What did I say? Omar Muhammad?
Omar Johnson.
Omar. I said Omar Johnson.
Something like that.
Oh, well, y'all have to excuse me. Peace, Brother Bakari. Brother Bakari, the link is in the chat room if you could come in. But I know that you out there, you working, so yeah. Brother Bakari is in the chat room.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah. So you know, man, I'm tired. I'm sorry. I'm tired, man. I've been up since 2. Hey there, Adar. I've been up since 2 o'clock this morning, man. I ain't had a chance to really lay down and get me a little nap here. Plus, maybe I might be able to see you sometime when I'm in Atlanta, Brother Bakari. We're gonna see if we can get together somewhere. Yeah. So I want to make that disclaimer. The views expressed by what we're going to say today is strictly that of the Realities Temple on Earth Internet Ministry. Has nothing to do with the Operation Exodus Mississippi campaign. And yeah, that video, the promotional trailer for that campaign is on this channel. So please feel free to check that out. I want to say peace forever and always to all those listening, all those in the chat room, and we have a subject that we want to talk about today, which is going to be led by our assistant brother Talib, and I want to discuss this real quick. And maybe he was going to do this anyway, but I want to talk about this because I just let him run the show. Because I'm tired. Y'all can tell I'm out of it for real. But I did want to talk about, and I just want to bring up something that I believe, well, not believe, it's hypocritical. It's hypocritical. I want to speak about this this brother that was a security officer. I believe it's in Chicago. Chicago. And that brother was shot down by police while he was doing his job. I want to make this point. I understand that that's a terrible thing. I understand that we can get emotional over things because we should. But at the same time, look, as long as we live in America, as long as we live in racism, why are you shocked? What is the big uproar? This type of thing has been going on for 400 some years. If the only thing you want to do is get mad and upset and really don't want to do nothing about it, why talk about it? That's my thing. I understand the injustices in this nation. I understand the things that happen to us as a people. But at the same time, if you are chicken and you live with foxes, foxes like to eat chicken. And you can put chickens with foxes for a certain period of time, but sooner or later, foxes eat chickens. We have always been a victim of these people for 400 years. What makes you think that for some reason, these people are going to change their MO when they have not changed their MO for 500 years? What has happened to that poor brother, security guard, only trying to do his job, only trying to make an honest living? That's expected in this nation, living among races. I mean, that's just how it is. And if we don't want to do anything about it, why complain? I'm going to tell you, it's like this. When I was locked up, I used to complain. I called the white man the devil. And, I talked all that stuff to these people. And you know what the bottom line was for them? They told me, what you going to do about it? That's what they told me. Now, complaining about them, knowing the truth about them, knowing the injustice about them, oh, that's all well and good. But they don't care about what you know. Only thing they told me all the time, what are you going to do about it? Now, it made me feel better because I complained. It made me feel better because that's the only thing I could do since I was helpless. But when it was all said and done, I was still locked up. So, this brother, his family can win $100 million lawsuit. They will take that money, just like many of these other victims, our brothers and sisters, they will take this money and do nothing to try to correct the injustice that was done to the family member. They will take that money, buy houses and cars, and live the high life. They don't give a damn about the struggle. I don't know not one. Now, if I'm in error, please tell me about one of these victims' family, from Sean Bell to Trayvon Martin to Eric Garner, whoever. Well, actually, in Eric Garner's case, his daughter, before she passed, she did become active because of what was happening to her father. But overall, we know 99.9% of these families, when they are given an award due to the unjust deaths of their family members, they don't give a damn about the struggle. They don't care nothing. They're not active. They're not going to do anything. So as long as we're living in this type of situation where the victims can get paid off, because you're not going to kill my son or my daughter or none of my relatives and you're going to pay me off. I will speak and speak until death do us part. I'm not going to do that. Yeah, I would take that $100-some million and use it exactly for what it needs to be used for, against the injustice that we face day in and day out. So, hey, there's Sister Sunshine, my sister Sunshine. She's in the house, and we don't. They won't do anything. So my enemies, when I was locked up, they simply told me, what you gonna do about it? We're not taking proper action. Because I guarantee you, if we were taking the proper action, things like that, I'm not going to say things like that wouldn't happen, because honest mistakes do make. But the chances of this being an honest mistake, the chances of this being driven by racism is very, very high. And we know this. We know this. So what are we going to do about it except sit on our ass and cry and mope and things of this nature? So when my enemies told me what you gonna do about it, I shut up. Because what sense did it make? It made me feel good, but that's all. That's all I got out of it. Feel good rhetoric. It made me feel good. That's all I got out of it. Because my condition did not change. My condition did not change until I took the appropriate action. Until I took the appropriate action because I acquired the appropriate knowledge. Do y'all understand what I'm telling us? You have to take the appropriate action because you have gotten the appropriate knowledge. The reason why our situation as a people does not change is because either we're not taking the appropriate actions or we're not getting appropriate knowledge. So we got all this stuff going on, y'all. We got the Moore Science Temple, the Nation of Islam, the Black Panthers. We done had so much over the years. Hey, Sister Ann, what's up? We've had all these different things over the years, and we still in this condition. When I was able to get the right information and took the right actions, I got right out of my situation almost immediately. You could see it starting to happen almost immediately. There was no doubt. My enemies knew that my time with them was coming to an end because they knew I had the right knowledge. So if all this other stuff that we love, the church, these Black conscious teachings and Afrocentric teachings and the Black man is God and all this, we had all this stuff for years and years and years. And it's thousands of you who believe this and you still sitting in the condition that you're in. What does that tell you? Either you don't know what the hell you're doing or you don't have appropriate knowledge. And you can get upset all that you want to, you can cry all that you want to. When it's all said and done, the reality is you still sitting in the condition and it has nothing to do with me. Get angry at yourself because you refuse to take appropriate action. But see, the appropriate action and knowledge is right here. The Operation Mississippi Exodus concept has everything that we need in order to break these bonds once and forever. Once and for all. Once and for all, we can get rid of this. It has all the elements that we need to do this. But you don't want to do it. You want to do this, and you want to do that, and you want to go all over the world. All this other stuff that has been tried, it's too little, it's not enough, or it don't work. It don't work. It's not big enough. In order to get back into this game, this sick game called race, we got to do something on a real large scale where everybody, the 40 to 70 million of our people can be inspired. You have to be inspired. That's why we can't get nothing. We have no inspiration. And every time that we are inspired, something happens to cause whatever inspired us to fail, to fade away. We don't need temporary inspiration. We need permanent inspiration. And there's nothing more permanent than actually doing something with your own hands that you can be proud of. And that is what this Operation Exodus Mississippi campaign, that's what it offers. Like Elijah Muhammad said, believe it or let it alone. I'm telling you, we want to sit on our ass and talk and cry and feel good. You're going to feel sorry, especially those of you who know. There are millions and millions who don't know nothing about this campaign. But there are many of you under the sound of my voice, and you don't want to actually take part and participate and get this train on the tracks and get it moving. It's the only thing, and you know in your heart, it's the only thing. I challenge anybody to bring something that you think that is better. It's not. On a small scale, yeah, we don't need things on a small scale. We need something very, very big, something very, very big and national. From the East Coast to the West Coast, North and South, we need something really, really big. So big, it will inspire the crackhead to come out and what can I do, brother, to help you? And you may not believe this. When you're doing something right, even people that you believe doing something wrong, they want to help. I've seen it. When they see people doing right, they say, hey, I'm doing wrong. I'm going to tell you. And you may not believe this. When you're doing something big and right, and we talk about our brothers and sisters that's prostitutes and drug dealers and all this other stuff, I've seen it. When you're trying to do something right, I've seen people like that come. What can I do to help? I know I'm a criminal. I know my life ain't whatever, but is there something I can do that can help y'all? So come on now. Let's inspire ourselves, because if you're not inspired, if you don't believe in yourself, you can't inspire nobody else. We got to get this soul train on board, because if you don't, I'm telling you, if we don't, I don't see a very good future. I want to go ahead to say in my conclusion, and Brother Talib will probably take it from there. I just want to talk about this hypocrisy in this brother being shot by the police, because you have all these, I love my people, I love my people, I do this for my people, I was born for this. You got all these kind of people, I love my people, whatever. But at the same time, we don't know if this brother is gay. We don't know if he's married to a white woman. There are those of us, we are picky about the people. Oh, I love my people, I love my people. But we're picky about the people that we talk about we love. They have to be defined in some type of criteria in order for them to love them. So they hate our homosexual and gay brothers and sisters. They hate our brothers and sisters that's married to white people. They are prejudiced against whoever, whatever lifestyle that they dislike. They hate them, but at the same time, they want to use this brother as a poster child for their rhetoric. Oh, the white man, look at the racism. Look what they done to us now. But they don't know this brother, he might be a gay. He might be married to a white woman, or some of the other stuff that they don't like. But see, brothers and sisters, we know this for a fact. I'm very sure those police that killed this brother, they did not ask this brother, was he gay? Are you married to a white woman or whoever? They did not ask that. The only thing in these situations is these people are not just Africans. They are descendants of slaves born in America. They are born here in America. You don't see a lot of these incidents where other dark-skinned people are involved from the islands or Africa or whatever. It's always us. We are the targets. You know this, and I know this. And we tripping off, I don't know. Or what if it was me? There's a lot of folks out there hate my guts for whatever reason, but I'm still a black man. They said that the black man is God. I'm still a black man in this country. I'm still your brother, regardless whether you like it or not. But they will be happy because the police shot me. But at the same time, they talk about, oh, I love my people. Oh, my people, I love my people. You are a lie. You are a loving lie. You're a liar. You're a hypocrite. Because if you love your people, if you are pro-black, pro means that you love all. You love your people, all of them. But these are a bunch of liars, a bunch of hypocrites. Because you hate my guts. How can you hate me and love me at the same time? Oh, I love black people. Well, I'm black people. I'm part of it. Well, see, you different. What make me different? What make a homosexual different? Well, you know what they do. What do you do? It's a lot of things. Well, they do things detrimental to the community. You do things detrimental to the community. Put your skeletons on the table. What do you do? All these self-righteous hypocrites. And then when it's all said and done, because of this foolishness, and we don't have our act together, these racists or other enemies can just shoot us down in the street, take advantage of our and leech up of us financially in our neighborhood because we don't have our act together, because we're so self-righteous about certain things. That's why this is what I do hate. I don't hate black people or soul brothers and sisters, but I do hate these black conscious, Afrocentric, pro-black, these old crazy ass teachings that y'all done loaded your minds at, them corrupted your mind, made your thinking warp. You're not thinking clearly. And until you think clearly, your condition will not change, because until you think clearly, you'll never be able to obtain proper knowledge and understanding. You'll never be able to get appropriate knowledge. Thus, you'll never be able to take appropriate actions. And you can take a little group of folks to Mississippi. You can go to Africa. Wherever you go, you're going to be a failure because you're not thinking properly. You're not looking at things in a realistic manner. The only thing you've filled your head up with is feel-good rhetoric. And that's not going to do nothing for you. You found another way to get high, so you don't have to use crack cocaine. You don't have to go to the liquor store and get drunk. You found another way of getting high. That's all you've done. You've been talking this stuff for years and years and years. It's thousands of these people that think this way, and their condition don't change. You still sitting there on the white man's job, drinking water that's piped in by the white man. Everything about you is white. Everything about you is white. You talking all this black crap. Everything about you is white. If the white man took his support away from you, you'll dry up like a leaf. What about your supreme wisdom and your knowledge and your understanding? Won't do a damn thing for you. You talk the way that you do because you're getting support by the white man. The white man got y'all comfortable. So we need to get real. And that's why these people don't like me and stay away from this channel, because over here we're keeping it real. We understand exactly what we're dealing with, or trying to understand the reality that we're dealing with. I'm not waiting on no spaceship to come out of the sky. Every time there's a natural disaster, I don't believe some God is doing it. There have been forest fires and earthquakes and snowstorms ever since. I don't see what God has anything to do with it, because the enemy is still thriving. Where was this God during slavery? All these earthquakes and snowstorms and all this other stuff had 400 years. Now all of a sudden, after 400 years, this God's supposed to come and do something for us. Right. Okay. Yeah. And then the only reason why your raggedy self has a little bit of freedom is because the Caucasian people was fighting among themselves. And if the South have won the conflict, then what? Because you did not free, our ancestors did not free or give themselves or set themselves loose on their own. And the reality is, with the mentality that we have right now, it's going to take white people to free you and do you and give you what you need, because you're not capable. You don't have the mindset, because the reality is you still think like a slave. Because if you was thinking like a free person, a free man and woman, you would be free. But you're still in a slave-like condition with all your supreme wisdom, all your black conscience, blackity black, I love my people, do this for the people, all that crap that y'all talking, you still some Negroes in a cage. I can accept that reality. I want to change it, but I can't change it by myself. If it was up to me, it would be changed. But it's not up to me. And really, a lot of these black conscious type folks, y'all in the way. Because you got all this out here and you confusing the masses of the people, and they look, and a lot of y'all look real crazy, and the masses of the people looking at you, they don't want no part of it. You're only thinking about yourself, what I want. I don't want to live around white people. I don't want to live around homosexuals. I don't want to live, when it's all said and done, you're going to die living around white people. You're going to die living around homosexuals and mixed race couples. That's how you're going to die. I guarantee it. Prove me wrong. If you can prove me wrong, I'll be happy for you. I want y'all to prove me wrong, but you won't. You're not thinking realistic. This has been going on for hundreds of years. Your little ideas or whatever that you got going on, it's not going to change it overnight. It's not going to do that. And you have no vision. And you're only thinking about yourself. you're not going to go nowhere. And so you're going to get exactly what you ask for. It's as simple as that. We need to stop being hypocrites. If you love black folks, then love us. You can't pick and choose. If you love your children, you don't pick and choose. They all your children. Well, one of them is a crackhead. One of them is this and one. They're your children. If you love your children, you love them all. What kind of parent in their right mind wouldn't love their children? These children came out of your womb. They're your flesh and blood. You can't help what they as grown children when they become adults. You can't control what they become. Nobody could control. Your parents couldn't control what you become. And many of these parents, even when you do good, they don't want you. They don't like you. Well, you know, you're supposed to take over the family business, but you're not interested. You know, the family business is the mortuary. You don't want to mess with dead people. You want to go and rap. So we denounce you. You're not my son no more because you're supposed to take over this business. We get, you know, we have that type of warped, crazy type of thinking process. And as long as we do that, we're not going anywhere. But anyway, I just wanted to get that off my chest. Damn, I'm sort of awake now. But brother Talib gonna take it from here. And the subject that our brother has chosen is signs of a black exodus. Also, oh wow, I have to acknowledge the brothers and sisters or you know, the listeners on my Facebook, because this is of course getting broadcast live on my Facebook. So with that said, I'm going to turn this bad mama jama over to Brother Talib.
Yes, thanks, Brother Talib. Thanks. And I definitely concur with everything you just said, because it's all falling right into this subject that this topic we picked, the signs of a black exodus from America. Now, first of all, many of us know that out of all the 40 to 70-some million of dark-skinned descendants of slaves born in America, that we ain't trying to leave America.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, let's face it. You know, we're steadily comfortable in our oppression.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact of it is that we're not trying to make no type of massive move to actually get away from our over 400-year-old oppressor.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just a simple fact. And, you know, I want to say something, you know, as a good example, because many of you don't know, or some of you may know, that during the time of Nazi Germany, the Jews were warned many times of what was to come to them. But many of them didn't believe it, but only a few did. And those few who believed it actually made a move.
Mm-hmm.
And did something about it. It's like the brother said, what you gonna do about it,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And in this case, some of them ended up coming to America and going to other places. So when Nazi Germany finally started hauling the Jews off to the concentration camps where they were killed at, or where they slaughtered them at, or whatever they did with them, the Jews who had woke up to this fact was on the other side watching. And it's unfortunate that there are going to possibly be a few of us who's going to have enough common sense to see the signs that's coming, as well as the signs of the future that's coming, that's going to lead to actually the the signs of the future was to happen to us in terms of concentration camps and mass graves. Now, y'all could keep taking this for some type of joke without doing your research and, just sit back and just, keep playing the same game like, doo-doo don't stink. But the actual fact of it is that this is part of the plan of the enemy, and it's some stuff that's been recently going on. And, I got some of my sources here, which talks about these recent events that's been taking place currently around this country that dictates the signs of why we should, actually come together and partake in this Operation Exodus Mississippi thing, as well as if that don't work, then hey, we all know simply what's best. Pack up and leave this country all together, but not in no erratic, emotional way, but in an organized way. This plan B may have to take place, actually, because of the way things is going. I just came up on some information that in the study by Congress, they talking about the way things is going on militarily, that the United States may not be able to win a war against China or Russia. This is the reality. And just like even our brother Louis Farrakhan of the Nation of Islam has said that, basically that when he warned Donald Trump about, messing with Iran, that in the fact that in the case that this happens, that America may not be what we know it as any longer. So, because Iran is not just no cakewalk like Iraq or Syria or Afghanistan. This is a whole total different beast we talking about over in the Middle East as far as Iran is concerned. So, I just want to put that out there, and this is definitely an important warning sign, as a matter of fact. But, there's been things happening in this country that should further warn us that we need to stop being comfortable in our oppression and preparing ourselves to do something about our situation. And it may have to take us, at a more speedier rate to do it, because these white folks ain't playing with us. Like I was checking something out, like they was talking about how in Oakland, California, how the Oakland Public Library has discarded African American history books. Or like what Brother Talik had said on another video in regards of was it either the state of Oklahoma or Texas that would no longer be teaching about U.S. slave history in their curriculum studies. So, it's just clear evidence that they're trying to do everything they can to write us out of history as well as write us out of existence. Can you people see what the enemy's plan is for us in this country? Although we will be the first nor the last civilization to be exterminated, but this is in fact their plan for us. And no one is going to come to our aid to help us. No mothership is going to come out the sky to help us. the hand of God won't come out the sky and reach to help us. I mean, that's just an illusion of thinking. I mean, over 400 years, if that was the case, it would have happened by now. You know, so I mean, you know, this situation is gonna keep continuously going. But I just want to list some current events before I further go on with the discussion of this topic. Like, you know, like going back to what even Elijah Muhammad warned us about, as far as staying out of this white man's politics in America back in the 60s. Well, we got a recent situation here where Republican Georgia governor candidate Brian Kemp was caught on tape warning his donors about black people voting. That's that governor candidate down in Georgia who had, you know, tried to eliminate, I think, 53,000 black absentee vote ballots right before that election, which is causing those numbers to be recounted right now as we speak. And then you got white Senator Barry Sanders, who called Trump the most racist, sexist, homophobic, bigoted president in history. Then you got a hospital that fires a white man who wore a controversial Mississippi Confederate Justice t-shirt that showed a noose hanging upside down at a Mississippi voting poll. Then you got Bernie Sanders, you know, once again saying that the midterms election showed that many whites were uncomfortable voting for black candidates. I mean, just another example of why we need to stay out these white folks' politics. And then you got 8 kinds of black Donald Trump supporters showing that black people love Donald Trump, which I don't know why, but I mean, it is what it is. Then you got, you know, video coverage of a press conference demanding the arrest of the person or persons who defamed the African Burial Ground Monument with racial epithets in New York City. Then you got a young boy who's 13 that was a black Rastafarian who won a racial discrimination lawsuit against a school who told him to cut his hair. And then also we got a white racist, old female who's a first lady named Sandra Gill, who's the wife of the Steel City Republican governor of Georgia, Nathan Gill, that suggested that the black Democrat governor candidate Stacey Abrams is unfit to take good care of the governor's mansion. Okay, we know what that sounds like. We ain't even got to go no further than that. That sounds like master slavery language there, you know? Then you got a black school teacher who's 64 years old by the name of Marston Wiley, caught on tape punching a Mexican student who made alleged threats and racial slurs toward him in Los Angeles, California. Then you got this guy, Scott, however you pronounce his name, Burley, the Florida yoga studio mass shooter that killed them people in Tallahassee, caught on tape, you know, spewing racist rants against black people, you know. Then you got these black students at an HBCU college down in North Carolina that's in fear of their safety and is calling for the expulsion of a racist white classmate. Then you got black students being racially attacked at Drake University in Des Moines, Iowa. I mean, and then you got a black pro football Hall of Famer who filed a discrimination lawsuit against a Detroit pizza restaurant. And then in tribute to dark-skinned American slave descendant victims of unjust police brutality. Let's pay tribute to the recent one that Brother Talik was talking about, the security guard in Illinois that was killed outside of Chicago, Jamel Robinson, and then Eric Gartner, Michael Brown, Trayvon Martin, Esau Ford, Ayanna Jones, Orlando Castile, Martin Sterling, Tamir Rice, and unfortunately many more. And this is just, this is not even the tip of the iceberg of what's going on, but it is clearly a sign that these people do not have nothing, in place for us in terms as far as our best interests. All you can see, even what I just, stated, basically is nothing but mayhem and destruction. That's what they have for us, free of charge. And they're not giving us reparations.
No.
I just want to put that out there. We're not the Native Americans. We're not the Jews. We're not the Japanese. Or anybody else that they've given reparations to. We have a master and slave relationship that has been going for almost 500 years.
Right.
This is why they deal with us differently. They don't even deal with the dark-skinned African immigrants in this country like they deal with us. Matter of fact, when Donald Trump said he has a plan for the African American, meaning the immigrants from the continent of present-day Africa, then he said he has a plan for the Black American. Differentiate that. Those are two different people he's talking about. Okay. And like I said, you got to know how to read signs and understanding the language that the enemy speaks when they talk. Because they're not going to directly just state what they feel about us or what they plan on doing to us. They say it in so many different implied ways that we got to know how to discern what they're saying. And that's very important. So, the thing about it is that all in one whole nutshell, the plan they don't work with this Operation Mississippi Exodus ideal, which is definitely the best thing, like brother said, happening for us right now at this point as a people in this nation, then plan B is going to have to happen. We don't have no choice. They're doing whatever it takes. Don't let this other stuff get you distracted. Like about the thing with Donald Trump wanting to put up the wall and stopping those other immigrants from crossing the border. That ain't nothing but a distraction. Because they going to let them in anyway. Trust me, they've been letting them in. So, that's nothing but a distraction. While Donald Trump been talking that stuff about building that wall, many more of them has been coming in illegally. As well as getting benefits like being placed in sanctuary cities when that should be for us. We should be, this is what this Operation Exodus Mississippi campaign ideal is about. To begin with anyway, because we should be the first on the list when they're talking about sanctuary states and all this other stuff. What compared to what we've been through for over 400 years, don't nobody like us in this country, need somewhere sanctuary to be, away from all this oppressive, repressive injustices that we've been served for so long as a people. So, I mean, we got to rid ourselves of these distractions. It's all mainly about exterminating us, and if anything, they're replacing us with these immigrants coming in. Because so they won't have to worry about us. So they won't have to worry about us even ever rising to the occasion. You know what I'm saying? Coming together in unity to finally do something once and for all about our condition as people in this country, which is still the same. Which hasn't changed, but the only thing that has changed for time. So, I mean, it's going to have to come to a point where we're going to have to wake up and realize and understand that we are in a serious crisis. And it's getting more worse. If they cared anything about crime in our community, they wouldn't be dropping them guns on the streets of Chicago or in the alley backways of Chicago. The local black gangs could run and pick them guns up when they find them like that randomly and then go off at shooting each other and killing each other off. So that is, and it's already been confirmed that that's happening in places like Chicago. And I'm pretty sure throughout other parts of this country. So I mean, like I said, we are just expendable to them. Just like I just spoke about earlier, how they discarded Black history books in the Oakland public library system. That's not by no accident. That's not by osmosis. Just like what Brother Talik said about either in the state of Oklahoma or Texas, where they're pushing to no longer teach American slave history in their curriculum studies. I mean, this is real. This is not no game.
Mm-hmm.
This is for real. They're trying to write us out of existence. What other nationality or ethnic group whose history is taught about in the so-called American education system, that is trying to replace other people's cultural or national ethnic history, or by discarding it, or what other term you want to use, or by eliminating it completely from their education curriculum. Nobody else's culture is being spoken on like that but ours. Wake up, people. This is not no game. They not even, coming off in that same language regarding the Latinos or any other so-called minority in this country. Can't you see this is directly aimed at us as dark-skinned people who are descendants of slaves born in America? This is who this is aimed at, clearly. This is time to wake up. We going through these temper tantrums with each other. These false, unnecessary beefs we be having with each other over social media, especially when we don't even know each other personally. And half the stuff we tell each other, about ourselves, we don't even know if we lying and telling the truth, to be honest. Because anybody could say certain things and try to claim to be this and that on social media. You know, it's just like you going to jail and you telling people that you was a big time dope kingpin and had a bunch of Mercedes and BMWs and women and all this, but didn't know that you was actually a bomb on the streets, you know, living homeless and destitute. I mean, that's just the same way with all this rhetoric going on social media, you know. And the thing about it is that, you know, we judge each other unnecessarily, talk about each other like a dog. And to the point where this black conscious thing on social media it became nothing but a joke. That's why don't nobody take us serious when it comes to the issue of liberation. You know, don't no one take us serious. Because this is how we've actually shown ourselves to the rest of the world. Calling each other out our names. I mean, if anything, we're supposed to be an example to the rest of the masses of the black population on the streets of this country that don't know no better than that. Or who the 5% is referred to as the 85%. You know, lost and found or whatever. You know what I'm saying? We're no different from them. The only thing we doing is claiming some type of organization or religion that we supposed to go by. You know? But we actually really are acting worse than Pookie and Ray Ray in the hood. You know? And all this kind of stuff. While the enemy is, you know, calculating his master plan on what they want to do with us. You know, this is all we got to offer. Let alone to ourselves, but to our future generations. And it's sickening. It's very sickening. That's why I truly don't even like being involved with social media like that. But I'm going to be straight up. And I've even told Brother Talib, basically over time, if it wasn't for him and this ideal that we got going to Operation Exodus Mississippi, y'all wouldn't be hearing nothing from me. And then I know many of y'all don't like me anyway, which I really care less about. You know, you know, I mean, I'm just being blunt and frank with it. You know, I could care less. You know, most of you probably won't never see on the streets nowhere anyway. You know, and then on top of that, I really wouldn't want to meet you. You know, because truthfully, I don't know nothing about you except for what you tell me. Well, as you don't know nothing about me except for what I tell you, you know. So that could go both ways too. But either way, though, you know, we are in a dangerous situation as a people, and we need to be focused on that. That needs to be our primary focus on, like the brother said, what are we going to do about it? Instead of crying about it, instead of politics out, getting out there, marching and protesting and saying justice or what else, what the hell do that mean?
You went down low, you sort of muffled, brother. There you go.
Okay, yeah, you know. So it's like, I mean, you know, just as else, what do the hell that mean? I still ain't figured that out.
I haven't either.
I mean, really? Except for, you know, like the brother was saying earlier, using that as a crutch to leech off our people just to get your pockets fatter and your bank account fatter. You know? I mean, which unfortunately our people haven't moved massively to confront those people and hold them accountable for doing that. Because they need to be helped. That seriously needs to be some transparency with that. Because they ain't no different from the from the enemy. You know what I'm saying? They're no different from the outside enemy. They taking, from our community and ain't giving nothing back. So what difference? Who are they to even talk about the immigrants that come in our community and take and don't give back? See, we have to confront these issues. If we really want to do something about our condition to get free of all this oppression, I mean, this is like the signs I just listed, which is many more that'll probably take me, like the Indian would say, thousands upon thousands of moons to do. To really just list of what's happening to us. That's why it's on y'all to research our own self to find out this information. It's good to keep up with the news, not to the point of being distracted, but it's at least good enough to keep up with the news and know what's directly related to our people and all this scheme of things. Even with this country falling militarily, because we at the point right now, anything can happen with America.
Right.
That could change this nation forever, completely. And here we is in a position we're in. Everybody else got their own people to depend on. Everybody else got their own states. We ain't got nothing. We ain't got no type of sanctuary. Nothing. We just out there stuck, like in the middle of the desert somewhere without no water, I mean, if this is what we want for ourselves and our future generations, will be my guess. Because I tell you what, to come down to it, I'll be like them Jews that heeded to the message and got the hell out the way. I'm just being straight up about that. And many of you, there's a lot of you that want that call that running away. Let me say this. Let me say this in my response to that. It's like this here. And I honestly don't care. Y'all could get angry about this, but this is true. I find a lot of black people, especially those in the conscious black community, that want to accuse other black people who want to see a way out for our people as a whole, even if that means going to another country to get away from our oppressor here in America. We make statements like, well, you running and you shouldn't run because we got reparations that we're owed here, something we ain't never getting from the enemy once again, like I said before. And then on top of that, I mean, if that's the case, then, we could say that the Syrians shouldn't have ran when their country was getting bombed day and out. We could say that, that the people that's coming from Honduras trying to get to America shouldn't have got away from their situation. We could say that the other people that's, taking big risks, trying to get across the Mediterranean to get into Europe, shouldn't have made that decision to leave their countries where they're being oppressed at. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we could say that about a lot of groups of people that's trying to flee from oppression. But if that's the way you want to think, for those of you that choose to stay in that way of thinking, hey, be my guest. Because like I said, even if it happened 30 years from now, when these white folks get ready to throw us in them damn mass graves, as they hauling us off to these FEMA concentration camps, be my guest. Hopefully, either I won't be living or I will be on the other side looking Just like them Jews was on the other side over here in America looking while they people was getting massacred in Nazi Germany.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So, I mean, keep thinking this is some kind of game if you want to. This is not no game. This is for real. These people have a plan for us detrimentally. They using mass incarceration. They tried to exterminate us with the drug called crack cocaine since they seen heroin couldn't finish us off. I mean, you know, we could go back and forth, further back, like to the Tuskegee experiment. You know, then they had another thing called slavery in another name. After the actual chattel slavery period, where most of us was forced back on the plantation through criminalization. See, we see one thing about us, we quick to forget our history. We're the only people in the world that's quick to forget our history and the fact that it can be repeated.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So this is not no joke. We are in a crisis. We are in a serious crisis. And we need to wake up. You know, we can't even come together on one common accord like with the Operation Exodus Mississippi thing because we're drifting off into so many other ideals that ain't nothing but another form of distraction. And then while we at that, we constantly, you know, going back at each other's throats over nothing. Because of different opinions, different religious opinions, and all this other stuff, you know, that don't mean nothing. You know? And this is the way that the enemy works off our disunity and our division. This is why they are still in power under the auspices of white supremacy. You know, because we cannot decide to come together on one common accord. And then we want to keep constantly blaming. Also, you know, it's one thing to understand our history as a people as far as slavery go, but we can't keep using that as a crutch either. I've said that before in another past video I made. But we cannot keep using that as a crutch. We have to move on. Because a lot of stuff that's happening to us, 80% of it is because we're doing it to ourselves. Whether we realize it or not. And like I said, we just have to wake up and understand that this thing is for real. This is not no game. You know, we have too many, you know, stuff going on our plate that we need to just push to the side and get together and just stick with one common accord. So we could, you know, for once and for all, free ourselves as a people from this madness. Because like I said before, the so-called hand of God ain't gonna reach out the sky to help us end it, or ain't no mothership gonna come down and deliver us from this hell. I mean, so it's really the only thing we need to be discussing. Although I know many of us are not, but the fact of it is, the only thing we need to be discussing is how in the hell, what are we going to do about our condition ultimately? What are we going to ultimately do to end our daggone near 500-year oppression as a people in this country? What are we going to do to get a sanctuary for ourselves that will close us off from the rest of this crap going on throughout America? our people have been oppressed under constantly, every day, day in and out, scared to walk out the door alive because they might get their head blown off by a racist cop. This is the reality we're living in. Scared that some racist white supremacist or white supremacist group gonna catch us somewhere in a secluded area and attack us. We can't even go to school without getting racially attacked, like I spoke about them brothers and sisters that goes to Drake University in Iowa. I mean, this is for real. You know, here in Lincoln, Nebraska, at the University of Nebraska, black students face a similar same thing. You know, so I mean, no matter what we at in this nation, we find ourselves up against the total war of white supremacy. The wretchedness of white supremacy has just got us to the point where we just in the corner. And the only thing we can do is start, fighting up out of this corner like cats and dogs, That's the only choice we have. We don't have no choice to keep backing up. We've been backed up in the corner far enough. We got to start fighting our way out the corner. It's just that simple. Unless we want to be totally destroyed. And for those of you in the conscious community that think we all can't be totally destroyed, you got another thing coming. Because of whatever illusional beliefs that dictate that way of thinking, where the reality is these Caucasians got all the resources in the world to do just that, okay? Like I say, ain't no mythical God or nothing, or no angelic being from the universe gonna stop it. So I mean, it's just the reality is that we have to free ourselves. It's just point blank. We just got to free ourselves. Take it how you want to take it. We got to free ourselves. It's just that simple. And I mean, hey, really, I have low tolerance for a lot of BS, for a lot of bull crap, excuse my French, But I'm just speaking passionately because the truth is the truth of this matter. And too many of our people playing too many games with their lives and our future generations' lives, This is not no game. This is for real. I'm not perfect myself, but I'm trying to do the best I can. And that's only to be well expected. Ain't none of us perfect, but we could do the best we can, and at least that's to concretely come on one common accord. Like with this Operation Exodus Mississippi project, so that we could do something for once and all to free ourselves from this bondage that we're in, because we never got out of it to begin with. It's like the brother said, our ancestors didn't free us. It took white people to free us through default circumstances. Because like he said, had the South won the Civil War, then what? Or as rather to say, now what? I mean, that's just plain out facts. It always had to, just like with Jim Crow, it had to take white people to hold us by the hand to get us out of that. Yeah. Because we never took no initiative solely on our own to get ourselves up out this bondage. And we wonder why we don't have no respect as a people. You know, so like I said, it's just time to wake up, you know, and smell the coffee. It is time to wake up. And like I said, those who are willing to get on board with this soul train, to get it running, hey, you know, I'm all open and welcome to it. Those who ain't could completely stay to the side, because liberation, fighting for liberation and freedom ain't no game. It's going to be some hardships to come with this. It's going to be some battle tests to come with this. It's going to be some trial and error to come with this. Plus, it's going to have to be some work that's got to be done to come with this. And unfortunately, our problem is a lot of our people don't want to do the work.
Right.
You just want to sit there, you know, and just listen to feel-good lectures, especially like on Sundays, and then go back and work for the white man. You know, and I mean, we got to get out that mentality, that slave-like mentality. We got to get out of it.
Yeah.
You know, it's constantly killing us. That slave-like mentality is constantly destroying us. And it's destroying our future generations. Because that's who it's really about anyway. Because once we dead and gone, they gonna have to be the ones that's gonna have to carry this on further, to the point where they won't never even have to know this type of experience of what it is to be so-called black in America, like it is now. You know, so I mean, I've said all I can say for right now. I really need to rest myself, because I plan up getting up doing a little something a little later. You know, and I'm busy, and as well as Talib, I got my own personal life, but I just wanted to get that out there to those of you in the comment section, as well as in the rest of the audience, and to our brothers and sisters on Facebook that's also listening live. And you know, this is very important to heed to, family. We ain't got to like this one brother say, we ain't got to like each other to make this happen.
Right.
All we got to do, you know, is put our main focus on the objective. And that's to do something, you know, ultimately about our situation as a people. Unless we want to be in the mass graves, being piled up on top of each other, no matter we're homosexuals, race mixing swirlers, as some call it, you know, straight heterosexual, you know, dope dealer, dope fiends, alcoholics, prostitutes, you know, and so forth. You know, so I mean, you know, we all in this together at the end of the day.
Yeah.
It don't really matter. But I'm gonna turn this back over to our fantastic brother Talik, Ibn'rad, and peace.
Peace. All right, let's give Brother Talib a well round of applause. That was a good speak. I think the audience that's here enjoyed what you had to talk about.
Yes, sir.
Hey there, Brother Ben. Not Brother Ben X. It's another Brother Ben.
Oh, okay.
Matter of fact, I think Brother Ben is white.
Yes, sir.
See, I told you they love white people. I told you. He called that white man a brother. I told you guys. Their integration is in swirlers.
Right.
You know, the thing about that is you treat people as he said call him white Ben. You treat people as you want to be treated. If this person does nothing to cause me harm and don't disrespect me, I'm not going to watch. There's no reason for me to do this, you know, return and act ignorant and act stupid with this person.
Right.
I want to close by saying this, brothers and sisters, to show you or give you an idea about how important Operation Mississippi is. And our brother Talib would bear witness. We just had a white man contact us, and he wanted to ask us how we may be able to help one another, because he's been listening to these broadcasts and he's been listening to interested in the concept of Operation Exodus Mississippi. Not the other one. He didn't mention that one at all. He didn't care about it. He's interested in what's coming from this platform about taking control of a state. Because here's a white guy who's listening to this, and it's sounding like something that he want to do. And he's talking about wanting to take control of state like Illinois or Wisconsin. But this is what I've been trying to tell us. You know, one man's trash is another man's treasure. See? And you want to throw this away like it's trash. And we want to keep doing the same loser stuff that we've been doing for the last 100 years. We want to keep doing that. So we keep doing that because it makes us feel good. But here's a white guy, and I'm telling you, it's going to be more than just white guys. It's going to be Hispanics. It's going to be a lot of these other groups who are gaining strength in this nation, who's going to be wanting to think the same kind of way. And we never know what might happen in the world. And we're going to find ourselves homeless for real. You're not even going, you talk about I'm an American citizen. We're going to find ourselves in a situation where everybody has taken control of all these states. I'm not talking about buying. I mean, some of y'all, I don't know where your thinking is coming from. You don't have to buy nothing. Just take control of it and run it. You don't necessarily have to, you know, just like when you lease a car. You can do anything that you want with that car. You leasing it. And let the person that actually owns the car worry about all the other stuff. All you have to do is just take control of it. But while we run around here rejecting this concept or altering it, changing it into a form of that black conscious stuff that don't work, in the meantime, you have people because this is public information. We out here talking about it. So anybody can listen to what we're saying here. So other people are listening to what is being presented, and they was like, and I'm very sure they're like, wow, the Negroes don't want to do it. Matter of fact, we need to beat them to the punch. And what's going to happen is we're going to wake up one day and don't have nowhere to go, because these people are going to take the initiative. They're going to do what's necessary in order to make life better for them. And life would be much better for you when you have a certain amount of power. We have no power at all. The only thing that can give us real power is to take control of a state. You take control of a state, you put yourself in a position, it's very difficult for the federal government to take action that's detrimental against its own, because the state of Mississippi is actually part of the United States. And then it has to be careful how it treats the state of Mississippi once that's done, because the other states are watching, and the other states will be like, damn, if they do that to them, what will they do to us next? So they have to be careful how they treat a state. And that's how we protect ourselves. That's how you gain power. You put yourself in a position where we can make the necessary adjustments to survive or protect ourselves from mass graves or any other type of detrimental activity by these races. And you do that, it's very difficult to do that on a nationwide basis. So that's why I say that we have to create this sanctuary city, not city, but this sanctuary state, this safe haven in this geographical area, because I'm very sure if we get the whole 40 to 70 million involved in this endeavor, we can make it the safe haven that we need it to be. And if it come down to it, it might get a little crowded or whatever, but I'm very sure it'll save the life of many of us. You know, back in the day when we was in Jim Crow, back in the day when you was a slave, you know, at least if you ran away, there was a place somewhere that you could go. In our situation here living in America right now, there's nowhere to go. There's nowhere. You know, individuals, we may be able to find solace somewhere. We might be able to go to a small town or somewhere. But as a people, there's nowhere where we can go. So again, like the Nation of Islam have a newspaper called The Final Call. We need to heed the call, y'all. Need to heed the call. This is the final call. This is it. You know, again, there's signs in the air, just like there were signs in the air when the Jews basically were being warned about a power that's rising up that didn't necessarily like them. We have never been liked in this nation, never. So the right situation that happened in the world, we're done because we have no way to defend ourselves. We are the weakest on the totem pole. Not only will Caucasian people come against us, but all these other groups that have a little strength gonna come against us and take what little that we got. And then this thing called extinction will be final. I mean, if that's what we want, so be it. But I don't want to go to my grave and they say, I didn't make an attempt to try to do something to turn this all around, and we didn't know no better. You know better, but you just don't want to do better. Because many of us, we don't want to make the sacrifice. Many of us are just lazy. We just think that things going to, I don't know, maybe you want to hope that you'll die before anything go down. That's a good way out. But in the meantime, what about your children and your children's children and your future generations? What about them? Can't you see that what's coming down the pipe is not going to be good? And since we are, many of us, you know, we're nearing the end of our life anyway. Why not spend the end of your life fighting for something for the life of your future generations? And like I say, and I will continue to say that this, I've put it on Facebook. I've shared this, the promo video on Facebook as well as YouTube, Operation Exodus Mississippi. And I challenge anybody to bring something better. And so far, it's been silent. So if it's silent, that means you know that this is something that's good, you know, in your heart. But why won't you act upon it? If you don't, you're done. You're done. And you're going to go to your grave like, you're going to go to your grave talking about what I should have. Man, I should have. No, it's too late. It's too late. So with that said, I'm Audi 5000. Thank you, Brother Talib, for bringing us that message. Thank you thank you, everybody in the chat room. Sister Sunshine, Brother I talked to him this morning. I couldn't get that brother's name right. What is it about that brother's name? I can't get it. Brother, that brother there, Brother B, and Sister Ed, of course, was in the chat room, and anybody that I missed because I didn't roll down the whole thing here. I forgot everybody that was here. Oh, Brother Dar, Dr. Pepper. You know, I want to thank everybody for joining us. Always spontaneous. I hope that we get to the point where we can be on point. You know, we can be consistent in these broadcasts. That'll be much, much better. These spontaneous talks is cool, but you know, when we are more consistent, if we're going to be here at 2:30 on Sundays, if we're there, I think more people will plan and join us. You know, these spontaneous ones is cool, but we're going to get to that point. And also subscribe to the African Supremacy channel with Brother Craig. and sometimes we're live there also. So keep it with us on there. And of course, when I get time, I will copy and post these broadcasts, these live broadcasts on other Angel Snubbed Up 7 Realities Temples channels. So, all right. Thank y'all for listening. Thank you for joining us on this spontaneous moment. Until next time, we say always important, as Dr. Cornelius said, we wish you love, peace, and soul. And we out of here. Enjoy y'all rest of your day. Peace. Let me turn this. How do we turn this? Oh, here we go.